East Tennesseans already have a big disaster on their hands in the form of last week's tornado outbreak. The two women who lost their lives in that tornado are now being laid to rest coming up this Friday. 45-year-old Wendy Smith and her daughter, 22-year-old Felicia Williams, died in the storm. The Schubert Funeral Home says the funeral services are set for Friday at noon. And as we have reported, the two were killed last Thursday night. Their home, one of dozens of buildings destroyed in the storms. Well, terrible as the storm was, in our next big story, we're finding out it wasn't big enough to net some federal help. That's what we're hearing today from Morgan County Executive Brian Langley. This is despite damage done to roughly 40 homes. Now, the total is not expected to meet the $13 million threshold. The county is advocating for state funding, and neighbors are collecting donations at the Ross Memorial Center for people who, well, lost their homes.
It's a shame. It really is. It's a shame that we've got people hurting and lives were lost. People lost their homes, and there's not going to be any assistance from, apparently from the federal government.
All this rain that's coming, all this rain we've already had, people need help, and we need to do whatever we can to help them.
Organizers of the collection drive say they have all the clothing donations they can use, but they still need more volunteers and essential items like tarps to help keep people dry. You know, when something like this happens to an area, it's an all-hands-on-deck situation to clean up. Some of the help in Morgan County is coming from inmates at the correctional facilities. As a matter of fact, you can see some of them right here working behind me. You know, they are spread across the county to help residents with various tasks, and they've removed down trees from roadways, cleaned up debris, carried out other tasks delegated by the road department or assigned by other county officials.
It gives them a sense of responsibility, a sense of rehabilitation, and a sense of doing something for their community that they wouldn't otherwise normally do. I believe it's not only help to the community, but help to them personally, having a sense of accomplishment while they're incarcerated, and they hopefully be able to look forward to doing the same things once they're released.
Program also has inmates help out with mowing the grass at cemeteries, maintain the upkeep on churches and nonprofits, as well as picking up litter from the side of the highway. Big mystery under scrutiny tonight in Cumberland County. That's where the sheriff's office says they were called out to a report that bones had been found. Authorities now working to identify the remains. Cumberland County Sheriff's Office and the TBI say the discovery was made near the entrance of the Mount Roosevelt Wildlife Management Area near Westall Road. Sheriff Casey Cox says his office is committed now to putting a name to these remains and conducting a thorough investigation. Next on our Big 7 list for you tonight, the man accused of shooting two Blount County Sheriff's deputies, killing one of them, is now suing the Sheriff's Office, claiming excessive force was used during the deadly traffic stop and later after he was arrested. You know, it's been just over a year since Deputy Greg McCowan was shot and killed in an encounter that led to a manhunt for Kenneth DeHart. According to the lawsuit filed Friday, DeHart claims that he, quote, did not plan or intend to hurt either officer, end quote. The suit argues that the officers violated DeHart's rights when they used stun guns on him, and it claims officers retaliated against him as he was handed over into Blount County custody, allegedly roughing him up during and after he was brought to the Blount County jail. DeHart is asking for $3 million in damages. In the meantime, DeHart is set to stand trial on first-degree murder charges for Deputy McCowan's death. Prosecutors have said they plan to seek the death penalty or life without parole. And we're wrapping up our Big 7 list with a change that's coming as a big and unwelcome surprise for some taxpayers. Campers that are used as a permanent residence are now being placed on the property tax rolls. This change took effect on January 1st of this year. Now, Susan Gass, the Jefferson County property assessor, tells 6 News the law used to exclude anything under 300 square feet. With this regulation change, it now includes campers that are used as a permanent residence. Gass tells 6 News the Jefferson County property assessor office sent out letters to people informing them of the change.
The owner of the mobile home park or the campground just simply gives us a list of the names of who's on what pad, what size their camper is, and what year it was built, and send it back to us. And then we will send to them, just like we do mobile home park owners, their own tax bill in the fall.
Gass wants people to know the county will work with them to make this an easy transition. A Knoxville man is charged with more than a dozen child sex crimes after videos were shared online. Court records show Gary Phillips was charged after the Knox County Sheriff's Office received a tip that a video showed an adult man engaging in sex acts with a toddler. The video was shared on the app Kick. Documents show Phillips is suspected of being the man in those videos and recording the acts on his cell phone. Tonight, Phillips faces multiple charges, including aggravated rape of a child. Now, that app we just mentioned, Kick, it's on a list shared today by the Loudoun County Sheriff's Office detailing apps parents should know about, ones that detectives believe come with a variety of risks. Kick, for example, the list notes that it allows bypassing settings on a phone which might allow a child to get around parental controls and communicate with anyone. Also on the list, Snapchat, Instagram, ones you might not expect, like games including Roblox and Fortnite, even Pinterest. Now, the Sheriff's Office encourages parents to have ongoing conversations with their children about social media guidelines, dangers, and risks.